Okay, welcome to part 3. This one we're now going to make the case, the top of it, make sure it fits, and then we can start thinking about kind of art decofying our case. Okay, so what do we do now? So last time we put that bit onto there, so this is now mated to there. Oh, okay, what's mated to that way? No, was it mated that way? I don't know. Oh, now hang on a second. Is all not right? Let's just check. It seems to be swinging that way. Okay, so let's just quickly check that this is all okay. So again, I'm just going to say that bit there. Make sure it says edge. And I'm going to mate. Now, where's the mate option? Ah, mate, we're already on it. So concentric. So that was the PCB. Obviously, I need to do it with this bit here. And just check that okay. Yeah, that looks all fine. It looks like it all fits there. There's nothing weird or wonderful going on there. There should be a little bit of a gap between them. Okay, otherwise that's on and fine. So let's just save that now. So let's go save as. And this is going to be our piano Art Deco piano case. Okay, and save. Okay, so let's make the lid. So the lid is going to be very similar to the top, but instead of having the bits sticking out the way, we're going to have bits that will allow it to stick in the way. So I'm just wondering if we can try and be cunning here. So can we just get that? So what we're going to do is I think we can go into the piano base. We're going to open it up, so I'm just going to left click on there, open up the base here, okay, and I'm going to go File, Save As a copy and continue. I'm going to call this Piano Top, just so we don't have to remember all those numbers again and put those on there. This should all be in there for us. Okay. So looking here, we've got two extrudes. Okay, I'm just checking. It does now say now that says piano base. I don't want that, so I'm just going to close that off. I want to close that off. Right, let's hang on. I want to go File and Open. Did we save it there? Piano Top. Yeah, there you go. Piano Top. I don't know why. I must have selected the wrong bit. Okay, so this is a piano top. I'm just checking the name, but it is not going to be that way. This is going to be. So what do I want to do? Well, I'm going to first of all I want to just delete that extrude there. Okay, so I'm extruding the second one. Okay, delete that. Okay, so that's the shapes. Okay, these were the 2.8s. Okay. Now I think what might be a nice idea to do here is to actually, I'm going to go into this sketch, right click on there and go to edit sketch. Okay. So these are going to need to be bigger, aren't they? So I'm going to change these now to 3mm, because remember this is the actual hole that's going into rather than the bit that's sticking out the way. So I'm going to change these all to 3. And 3. Now what I think I might do, which might be a good idea, just as a bit of reinforcing, rather than having these cut into it, because this bit here is only 1.6mm thick, that's not very thick. So what it might be better to do is like little rings and actually have these sticking out the way so that bit fits into it. Okay, so I'm going to grab another circle. I'm just going to draw over the top of that one. So start right in the center there and draw it around there, like that. Okay. Now let's try, what can we go for? Let's try 5mm. So half of that is 2.5. So down here, 2.5. So okay. And obviously for that to be happy, I'm going to have to smart dimension it. Just grab the outside and say 5mm. Okay. Alright. And we'll do the same with the next one. So grab a circle. Right, from the centre to there. I'm not bothered changing down there. I'm just going to go straight to smart dimension because otherwise I'm doing it twice. And say 5mm. And over here again, draw a circle. Oh, where's it gone? Draw a circle from that centre dot. Let's zoom in a bit so I can really see what I'm doing. Centre dot there. Straight to smart dimension. Grab a line and say 5. Okay, so I've now got these three sort of double circles. So I'm going to go exit sketch, select sketch 2, and I'm going to go extrude. And I'm going to say here, and at the moment it's trying to do it like that. We don't want anything like that. So I'm going to say back to here, 1.6, and say OK. Alright, so they're now sticking out the way. Okay, and I'm hoping that will fit onto the other thing. So let's just go save on here. So file and save. I'm going to close that off. I'm going to open up the piano. This is the actual where is it? Space PCB case. It must be the case is the overall one. That's the assembly, isn't it? There we go, that's assembly. You can see it because it says assembly there. And I can go insert. Let's find the piano top right down the bottom there and say open. Okay, we are going to need to flip that around. So, how's the easiest way of doing this? Okay, well we do, now if I did a mate from there to there, it'll probably just line up that way. I need to spin it around first. Now it doesn't need to be 100% accurate, but I'll show you how to do it. So I'm going to go right click on there. About halfway down is move with triad. Okay, click on there. This will give you this three-way movement tool, and what I want is that one. So I'm just going to move it around there. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's just so it's roughly the right way around, otherwise it just gets a bit weird and wonderful. Okay, and then we're going to make that sort of on top of there. Okay, so the way to do that is going to be, let's have a look at this. So concentric, so that circle there, mate with concentric, that's a circle mate with this ring there. That should bring it like that. Okay, and now I think from the last time we had to do it over this way as well, because otherwise it spins around. So let's just do the same one here. So that one, concentric with that circle there. Okay, and then the final bit, I just need to say that's going to fit. So this bit inside here, this flat bit there, is going to mate coincidentally with that top bit there. Okay, and there we go. I've got a 3D printed housing for my piano. Okay, now obviously we can see there's some issues there in terms of, okay, there's my buttons, I can't actually get to them. Okay, so we are going to have to do some bit of tweaking here to be able to make sure we can get to the buttons. Might be quite nice to maybe make that come down the way as well. Maybe we could try and bring that out the way here a little bit so it covers one end but then leaves the other end empty. Because I'm not sure you're going to be able to get your sort of fingers in there. You also might want to do a little grill over the top of the speaker there just to let the sound through. Okay, so there's some. Alright, but we've got a case. I'm just going to save that. We've got something to work from, okay, before we start thinking of making it all Art Deco-y. Okay, so let's have a think. I'm just having a look at the board at the moment. So the way round it is that way around. That's the way you'd want to play it with the potentiometer on the right hand side. Okay, so trying to figure out how can we get that so we can actually get to the buttons. I wonder if we could do like a little pattern on the top of that and cut that out maybe. Okay, let's try this then. So we're going to go to this bit here. So let's go right click on there and let's go to the sketch. Okay, alright. Now, this is looking at that part there. Now, is that too confusing or is that okay? No, what it's doing is quite useful actually. You can actually see where the buttons are underneath. Okay, so why don't we draw, so if I just go onto there and why don't we draw that all as one big hole there? So I'm just going to go from there to there like that. So that's from that corner to there. Okay, so I've just drawn that. So that means that you can get your fingers to all the buttons there. Okay, so that's handy. Now while we're here, do we also want to do something with a little grill? Why don't we do a nice little grill there? So I'm just going to grab a circle. And yeah, all that. Now rather than it being just a complete hole, let's make it a little grill. So how would I do that? Should we try just drawing some... Yeah, let's draw some rectangles over that. So I'm just going to draw some rectangles through there, and then what we'll do is we'll just sort of cut some bits out and leave like a little shape. Okay, so let's go to trim entities. So what bits do I want to leave? It might be quite nice. Do I want just that bit? I'm trying to figure out whether I want that bit or that, because it's going to alternate, isn't it? So it'll be that bit, or do I want the middle of one of those three there? I think I might go for the middle of one of those three there. So I don't want that bit, or this bit, that bit, this bit here, there. Now, I don't know how this is going to work in terms of smart dimensioning. I think it might go a little bit weird and wonderful, but we might have to just roll with this one and get rid of that. Do I want that bit there? Yes, I do. Okay, so that when that trims out, I'm going to have these three little chunks out of there. Okay, showing that. And obviously I've had this bit here as well. So let's go exit sketch and see how that's done. Okay, so there you go. I can see I've now on my top bit here. Okay, oh, it's going to be a handy little reminder to save. Let's do that. Save. If in doubt, always save. Okay, so now I can get to the buttons, and I've got a little grill to help the sound come out. Okay. Now, in terms of making this a little bit more Art Deco-y, let's see what can we do in terms of making it more Art Deco. Well, let's have a go. Should we make some of these corners? There's lots of very kind of straight edges, and I don't think the Art Deco is very kind of straight edged on these things. Okay, so let's have a go at using the fillet tool to make some of these curves a bit nicer. Okay. So back onto this piece here, right click and go to edit sketch, and we're going to use the fillet tool. The fillet tool is this one here, okay, when it rounds the corners off. Okay, so what I need to do is just go click, click, and click, click, and click, 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 click. Now mine's gone to 5mm. Do I like that? Or let's have a look at this. I'm going to bring it down to 5mm. And see if we click there what it looks like. So just a little edge. I think that looks a bit better. We'll try that. Say OK. Obviously we can experiment with these things. Let's exit sketch, edit, unedit the component, and let's have a little look there. Okay, so you can see we've got now a nice little curve on there. Okay, so obviously if we do the top, let's do the bottom here. Okay, so exactly the same idea. Right click, edit sketch, and use the fillet tool, and just go click, 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 and just keep clicking all these lines, and you'll see the little yellow guidelines telling me where it's going to go. Happy with that. So green tick, come out of there. Okay, so you can see I've now kind of given a little bit of a shape on there. Okay. Now, I think I want to do next in terms of Art Decoing my thing is to I'm going to put I would like to do a pattern over here, and I'd like to get some feet on there. So I think we'll do that in the next video, because I'm just running out. I've got a limit of 15 minutes per video, and I can just see the times ticking out. Okay, so if you're up to keeping up with me at the moment, well done. All right, it's looking really good, isn't it? It's starting to look like a thing, which is kind of exciting. So let's stop there.